This text is taken from a video on the topic of success in life without anger. Through the stories of a bus driver's conflict caused by anger and a businessman's tragedy caused by a dollar, the video argues the harmful effects of anger, including damaging relationships, affecting health, and hindering career development, etc. In addition, the video cites many ancient teachings and quotes, and introduces ways to control emotions, such as the 12-second rule. In addition, the video quotes many ancient sayings and famous quotes, and introduces ways to control emotions, such as the 12-second rule, and ultimately emphasizes the importance of maintaining a calm and peaceful state of mind, as well as the fact that not getting angry is a manifestation of wisdom, good fortune, and style.
All right, so today we're diving into something pretty fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's this Chinese video transcript, and the title is really something.
Okay, what is it?
It's called, "If You Don't Get Angry, You Will Win and Become a Winner in Life."
Interesting.
Yeah. Have you ever felt like, anger is holding you back?
Oh, for sure.
Well, this video explores some ancient wisdom that might actually change how you think about those, those heated moments.
Yeah, I'm really curious to hear about this ancient wisdom.
Yeah, so what's interesting is that it draws from traditional Chinese thought.
Okay.
Specifically, this idea that giving in to anger kind of starts this chain reaction of negative consequences.
Oh, wow, a chain reaction.
Yeah, think of it like dominoes. Impacting your choices, relationships, even your well-being.
I see. So it's not just about feeling bad in that moment.
Exactly.
It's really about the ripple effects.
Yeah, the ripple effects. And the video actually uses this really powerful proverb to illustrate this point.
Oh, a proverb.
Yeah, it talks about a million doors or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's a fall.
Whoa, how did you?
It means one moment of anger opens a million doors to obstacles.
Wow. That's
a really vivid image, isn't it?
It really is. So each angry outburst is kind of like creating all these roadblocks.
Yeah, exactly.
On your path to, success and happiness.
And the video doesn't just stop at metaphors. It uses these really compelling stories, too.
That's right, to drive home. The point, what stuck with me was that story about the bus driver's road rage.
Oh, yeah. That's a perfect example of how anger can just escalate so quickly.
Right.
And lead to consequences you just didn't intend at all.
Yeah, he gets cut off in traffic, and instead of just letting it go,
all right,
he lets that frustration completely take over.
Yeah, yelling, honking the horn.
And it turns into this huge confrontation.
Yeah.
Which could have serious legal ramifications.
Absolutely. It's like he opened one of those doors to obstacles from that proverb.
That's a great point. And it wasn't, a minor inconvenience either. This was something that could have, derailed his life.
Exactly. And the video highlights how anger can actually distort our perception.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, in that moment, the driver wasn't thinking clearly at all.
He was just reacting.
Just impulsively. And this leads us to another story that really shows how anger can cloud our judgment.
Oh, you're talking about the county official?
Yes, the one who punishes that young man based on accusations without even investigating.
Yeah, he's so angry about the alleged crime that he totally ignores the possibility of deception.
Right, and I think what's fascinating here is that the video isn't just saying, don't get angry.
It's going deeper than that.
It's highlighting the dangers of making decisions when you're in that really heightened emotional state.
Because you're not thinking clearly.
Exactly. The official's anger leads to this, miscarriage of justice.
Right.
Punishing the innocent and letting the guilty walk free.
It's a stark reminder that anger can lead to serious real-world consequences.
Absolutely.
And not just for ourselves, but for others as well.
Yeah, and the video also looks at how this plays out in more everyday situations, too.
Right, like in our families and with our loved ones.
Here's thinking of the businesswoman who scolds her daughter for those test scores while she's recovering from surgery.
That's the one that would really got to me.
Yeah.
Here's someone who's already physically vulnerable. Yeah. And then she just unleashes all this anger at her daughter.
And it's heartbreaking because you realize the anger isn't even really about the test scores at all. It's about something else.
It's about her own struggles.
Exactly. And what happens? Her outburst actually makes her recovery worse.
Yeah, it's a powerful illustration of how anger can turn inward and really impact our well-being.
Both physically and emotionally.
Exactly.
So we've seen how anger can escalate situations, cloud our judgment, and even harm our health.
Right.
But if we're constantly being told not to get angry,
yeah,
it kind of makes you wonder, what's the alternative?
What is the alternative?
How do we escape this cycle of just reacting impulsively? That's a great question. That's where the video's message comes in, cultivating this inner peace and composure.
Oh, inner peace and composure.
Yeah, it introduces this concept of gri.
Yeah.
Which roughly translates to inner peace or calmness.
Okay.
And this is presented as the antidote to anger's destructiveness.
It just sounds so serene.
Right.
But how does the video make this relatable?
Well, it uses these really interesting analogies.
Analogies.
Yeah, one that I thought was really good was comparing we to a still lake,
Oh, okay.
reflecting a clear sky.
I could picture that.
Yeah, so when anger kind of disturbs the surface.
Like if you throw a rock in,
Exactly.
the reflection gets messed up.
Yeah, but when the water's calm, you see this perfect reflection, you know?
So you're saying that when our minds are calm,
Uh-huh.
we can see things more clearly, make better decisions, avoid those knee-jerk reactions.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
And another analogy they use is comparing to having a steady hand. So when you're right, it's like his Sir Joan kind of attracted this good fortune.
It's true. So the video is saying that when we're not all consumed by anger, you can actually see solutions and possibilities that we wouldn't have seen otherwise.
Exactly. And then there's that story of the young programmer who takes a tumble and breaks his phone.
Oh yeah, instead of getting upset,
Yeah. He channels that frustration into something productive.
he makes an app.
Yeah, he develops this app with his friends to like report problems with the city and get them fixed. And it gets all this recognition, and it even leads to new opportunities for him.
He turned lemons into lemonade.
He did, and it all goes back to
That inner peace allowed him to see the good in what could have been a bad situation.
right.
So we've seen the downsides of anger and the upside of composure.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people listening are probably wondering,
How do we actually get this right?
exactly, how do we actually tame our anger and cultivate inner peace?
It's one thing to like get the concept,
Yeah.
but actually doing it in the heat of the moment, that's a whole other challenge.
Yeah, it sounds good in theory, but how do we make it happen? Does the video have any suggestions?
It does, and it's pretty simple.
Okay,
The video suggests this 12-second rule.
12 seconds.
Yeah. So when you feel that anger rising up, just take a moment to count to 12 silently in your mind.
Interesting, like hitting the pause button on your anger.
Exactly. And it gives your rational mind time to catch up.
Why 12 seconds specifically?
Well, the video explains that's usually enough time for that initial burst of anger to subside.
So it's not like a magic number or anything.
No, not really, but it's a good starting point to create that space
Okay, I could see that.
between, the trigger and your reaction.
Does the video offer any other techniques? Instead of just reacting? Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But before we wrap up this whole philosophy, I think it'd be good to kind of like summarize everything, what we've learned.
Yeah, for sure. So this video, it gives us a really strong argument
Okay,
for understanding what anger can actually do.
what it can lead to.
Yeah, it suggests that anger isn't just like an emotion,
It's deeper.
It's a force that can like derail your choices, really damage your relationships, and even negatively impact your health.
Yeah, I like that it doesn't offer that simple solution of just like, don't get angry.
Right.
It's more about that, right?
Exactly.
That inner peace and composure as the way to counteract the anger.
It's like recognizing that we actually have a choice.
Oh, a choice in how we react
Yeah.
to those tough situations.
We can let anger control us.
Right, and lead to those obstacles.
Oh.
Or we can cultivate
And open ourselves up to new things.
a better life.
And the video gives us those tools, like that 12-second rule.
Yeah.
But it also wants us to personalize our approach. Yes, find what works for you.
Exactly. Whether it's meditation, breathing exercises.
Even just removing yourself from the situation.
It's really about remembering that we have more control
Much more.
over our emotions than we think.
And that taking the time to develop that inner peace.
It's like an investment.
Yeah, in a happier and more successful life.
Well, it's definitely given me a lot to think about.
Me too.
And for you listening out there,
Yeah.
we'll leave you with this question. What areas of your life could benefit from a little more of that view?
That's a question.
What obstacles could you maybe overcome? What opportunities could open up?
Yeah.
If you had a calmer, more composed approach.
It makes a big difference.
Remember, you're not at the mercy of your emotions.
That's right.
You have the power to choose peace,
Yes.
clarity over chaos.
Absolutely.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay updated with our latest content. May they bring you mindfulness and warmth. Feel free to share the channel with friends. You never know how much it could uplift their life. Until next time.